Emily Wickersham. Net worth, age, height and everything you need to know about the NCIS actress. Summary: Wickersham's portrayal as Ellie on NCIS has earned her a net worth of $6 million, with fans calling for a spin-off. Her career began with small roles, followed by notable performances in I Am Number 4 and The Sopranos. Wickersham dropped out of college to pursue her passion for acting, eventually leading to her success on NCIS. Emily Wickersham may only have a few notable roles to her name, but the NCIS star has parlayed those performances into an impressive net worth for a relatively young star. Best known for her performance on NCIS and NCIS: New Orleans as Eleanor, Ellie Bishop. Wickersham's performance as the Oklahoma country girl with a gift for data analytics has been so appreciated by viewers that some fans have even called for an NCIS spin-off starring her. Wickersham was on the show from 2013 to 2021, leaving little time for much else. However, she did squeeze in some notable performances before her breakout on NCIS. Wickersham began her career in 2006 in small roles on Parco PI and Late Show with David Letterman before appearing as Rhiannon Flammer in a 4-episode arc on The Sopranos. She begins dating AJ after they meet at a psychiatric hospital. Her film credits include I Am Number 4 as Nicole and Gone as Molly Conway. Wickersham married musician Blake Hanley in 2010 and the couple divorced in 2018, via CBS 12. She had a son, Cassius, in 2021 with her partner James Badge Dale, via Instagram. Emily Wickersham's net worth. Wickersham has a net worth of $6 million. Emily Wickersham has a net worth of $6 million, via Celebrity Net Worth. It's unclear exactly how much money she made per episode, but by the time her character departed NCIS after season 18, she had appeared in 173 episodes, plus another additional episode in NCIS. New Orleans. According to Tuco, Wickersham was making $100,000 per episode by the end of her tenure. That's a reasonable amount of money compared to some others in the series. Even if, on average, Wickersham only earned $50,000 per episode, she would still have made $8,650,000 before taxes, which would help to explain her net worth. In 2020, Wickersham bought a $20 million 1930s Spanish-style villa in Los Feliz, via Yahoo, so she does appear to have a significant amount of disposable income. Emily Wickersham's age and height. Wickersham is a Taurus. Emily Wickersham was born on April 26, 1984, making her 40 in the summer of 2024. Her height, as listed by IMDb, is 5 feet 6.5, but Celeb Heights says 5 feet 5 inches and Yahoo says 5 feet 7 inches. All sources being given equal weight, Wickersham is probably somewhere around 5 feet 6.25. Her zodiac sign is Taurus, an earth sign in the form of a bull. Taurus signs enjoy the finer things in life. They would spend their days lounging in bathtubs if they also didn't value hard work and ambition so much. Taurus signs also prioritize consistency. With a Spanish-style villa, it's clear Wickersham does enjoy a bit of comfort and beauty in her life, but she's also been hard at work in her career. With a Spanish-style villa, it's clear Wickersham does enjoy a bit of comfort and beauty in her life, but she's also been hard at work in her career. Furthermore, in true Taurus fashion, she remains steadfastly loyal to NCIS, preferring to stay consistent with the show and not make any attempts to break out into anything risky, that is until her son was born around the same time as her exit from the series. Emily Wickersham dropped out of college. Wickersham studied painting before deciding to pursue acting. Wickersham dropped out of Muhlenberg College in Allentown, PA after 2 years of study, via Nicki Swift. She decided to study painting but left after realizing her true passion was acting. Wickersham said in an interview with CBS, via Nicki Swift. After high school, I majored in painting for 2 years at Muhlenberg College. My mother is a painter, my father does art, too, and my brother is a photographer, so there are lots of artists in my family, but it didn't feel quite right, so I dropped out and moved to New York City. That would have been around 2004 that she left secondary education, meaning it only took her 2 years to start landing roles in notable productions. NCIS fans can be glad Emily Wickersham decided to take that leap in the first place, giving the world years of Ellie Bishop, with more roles presumably to come. Pauley Perrette reunites with longtime NCIS co-star years after exiting as Abby in new photos. Summary: Pauley Perrette reunites with her NCIS co-star Brian Dietzen for a memorable evening at Sarah McLachlan's Hollywood Bowl performance. Perrette's departure from NCIS season 15 was controversial due to behind-the-scenes drama with Mark Harmon. Despite her issues with Harmon, CBS executives have left the door open for Perrette's return as Abby Sciuto in NCIS, if she ever wished to appear again. New adorable photos show Pauley Perrette reuniting with her longtime NCIS co-star after she exited the police procedural. The actor played Abby Sciuto, the beloved Major Case Response Team's, MCRT, forensic scientist for a decade and a half. She was part of the original NCIS cast, joining Mark Harmon's Gibbs, Michael Weatherly's Dinozo, David McCallum's Ducky, and Sasha Alexander's Kate. While the project was already used to departing cast members by then, Paret's NCIS exit was controversial because of the behind-the-scenes drama that led to it. Sharing some images on Instagram, Paret reveals that she spent some time with Jimmy Palmer actor and longtime NCIS cast member, Brian Dietzen. Check out the images below. The pair both attended Sarah McLachlan's performance at the Hollywood Bowl and made sure to commemorate it with some pictures. Paret and Dietzen were joined by Criminal Minds star Kirsten Vangsness, who plays Penelope Garcia in the ongoing Paramount Plus revival. Will Paret return as Abby Sciuto in NCIS Season 22? MCRT can use some of Abby's skills. It's worth noting that none of the original cast members were in NCIS Season 21. Despite being introduced early on, Dietzen wasn't part of the show's inaugural ensemble. However, he and Paret worked together closely during their overlapping years in the series, considering the nature of Abby and Palmer's jobs. Paret left in NCIS Season 15, with Abby's decision to walk away from her long-term job stemming from a traumatic experience that put her life in jeopardy. In reality, however, it was her issues with Mark Harmon that prompted her to leave. For context, she only seemed to have an issue with Harmon, which is backed up by her latest friendly encounter with Dietzen. Regardless of the way that she exited NCIS, CBS executives have recently revealed that the door is always open for Paret to return if she wishes to. For context, she only seemed to have an issue with Harmon, which is backed up by her latest friendly encounter with Dietzen. Since Gibbs is no longer a part of MCRT, the actor can now more easily reprise her role as Abby in NCIS Season 22. Regardless of what happened between them, coming back to the CBS police procedural means that she won't have to work with Harmon. Perhaps Dietzen can convince her to do even just a cameo. NCIS Season 21 already brought back Weatherly's Dinozo, and as brief as that was, it was a treat seeing him back in the iconic Navy Yard offices. Since Abby was on the show for longer, it's safe to say that seeing her step back into her old workplace, particularly her laboratory, would be a treat for longtime followers of the procedural. Should NCIS bring back Abby despite Casey Hines' existence? Hines is currently MCRT's forensic scientist. Considering Abby's special expertise, NCIS could always use someone like her in its operation. Since she worked under director Leon Vance for the majority of her years in the agency, it shouldn't be difficult to convince him to bring her in as additional support, if Paret cannot reprise the role full-time. Casey Hines, as the current MCRT forensic scientist, is great, but it would be difficult to find anyone who would oppose Abby coming back, regardless of the circumstances surrounding her return. Abby's Ducky tribute episode Easter egg was a reminder of how missed she is down in the basement. In any case, Abby's return doesn't mean that she's going to reclaim her old spot and push Casey out. Casey has spent enough time building up her place within the team, making her a key part of the current operation. Chances are, Abby's appearance could be just for a limited time frame, brought on by a crisis or a personal case. If Vance is on the team's side, they may not even have to declare Abby as anything but a consultant or even a visitor to the agency. How Polly Paret's Abby can return to NCIS? There are a couple of ways that NCIS can bring back Abby. There are a couple of ways for NCIS to recruit Abby back. For starters, she can easily come back to MCRT as another forensic scientist. Perhaps the organization is working on a much bigger case that would need more personnel. This would provide an opportunity to show how she and Hines collaborate. Otherwise, they could also mine inspiration from Ziva David's last NCIS comeback, and tackle a case that is directly tied to her, effectively involving her. Tim McGee, Nick Torres, and Palmer would be eager to help her and keep her safe from any kind of threat. Secondly, and maybe a much easier route, is for her to return via the upcoming NCIS, Tony and Ziva spin-off. The Weatherly and Code de Pablo project will be on Paramount Plus and see the couple, with their daughter Taylai, go on the run across Europe. Details about what led to this dire situation are still scant at the moment, but assuming that Abby is still in London, it wouldn't be that difficult for them to meet up with her. Abby adored both Tony and Ziva in NCIS, so she would likely be really happy to help them in their time of need.